Hello, everybody. It's Sterling with a very special live stream of Zero Gravity powered by Object First. I'm joined here today with co-founder Ratmir Timashev, and we're going to pick his brain and find out a little bit more about what's going on at VeeamON this year and what we can expect from Object First. Ratmir, thanks for joining me today.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Indeed.
Sterling, good morning. Yes, good morning, everybody.
My pleasure. My pleasure. You enjoying the conference so far?
Yes.
Okay.
It's great in sunny Florida. Yeah, it's awesome.
Good deal. We're getting the good word out. And I have to tell you, there's a question that constantly comes up. The very first question is, what does Object First stand for?
That's a great question, Sterling. Yeah, so a few years ago, we thought that backup storage hasn't been modernized or revolutionized for a while now, since the early days of data domain, which was 20 years ago, back in early 2000. So we thought that there is this new technology called object storage. It's a perfect technology for backup data. Why? Because it's cloud native. It was designed with the specifically for the large volumes of unstructured data. It has built-in immutability and security. It has low cost of storing large volumes of data. It has great reliability, security, availability. So in other words, it's much better technology, and it's a modern technology, modern storage, unlike file and block storage, and specifically designed for the backup use case.
Yeah. So now I think I get it. When you think of Veeam, we have to think of Object First.
Exactly. Yeah. So that was the idea. When you think about Veeam, think about object storage first.
That's pretty awesome. Okay, now I've just upped my game in being able to understand and explain what Object First really stands for. And it has been a pretty amazing year here at Object First. Things are growing rapidly and moving forward. As co-founder, what are some of the highlights that you've seen of Object First this year?
Yeah, I always say when you start a new company, it's you need to get three things right. You need to be at the right place, at the right time, and create a brilliant product. So we released our product February 2023. So it's been around a year and a half on the market, and I can report now that we achieved those goals. So we're at the right time, at the right place, with the absolutely brilliant product. The feedback from our customers and our resellers, our partners, is overwhelming.
Agreed.
That's exactly what they need.
Agreed.
They need immutable storage out of the box that doesn't require security expertise, because most of the customers don't have in-house security expertise.
That's right.
Or Linux or security expertise. So it's simple to use, it's powerful, and it's secure. Those are the main things that, and customers confirmed. So we have the brilliant product, and our future is bright.
Yeah, I totally agree. So as a matter of fact, here at VeeamON this year, we've made a couple of announcements. What are some of the things that people can look forward to in hearing more about Object First here at VeeamON?
So when we started only with two boxes, two SKUs, 64 terabyte and 128 terabyte. So today we're announcing expansion of our product line to 192 terabytes.
Okay.
And because we offer customers to build clusters of 4 nodes, so that could be expanded to 768 terabytes. And if customers are sophisticated enough to use Veeam Sober, which stands for Scaled Out Backup Repository,
yes,
they could expand our infrastructure, Object First infrastructure, to over 3 petabytes. So our strategy is to was to start with the two SKUs and gradually expand from 64 terabyte all the way to 3 petabytes. And maybe later this year we will expand, or we will grow, we'll offer some solutions to smaller customers as well.
Wow, stay tuned for more announcements there. That's pretty amazing. When we talk about UBI, of course, the scaled out backup repository, being able to use some of those new SOS APIs that allow multiple extents really allows us to really scale to give the customers what they need. But it's not really all about just scaling, is it? There's a component of zero trust that's wrapped into the solution that really hasn't been leveraged before. Can you tell us a little bit about that, please?
Yeah, absolutely. But first I wanted to mention the SOS API,
Yes.
Which stands for Smart object storage APIs. So Veeam specifically created APIs for all storage vendors to leverage when they're building their object storage-based repositories for Veeam, right?
Absolutely.
So it's Object First actually was one of the first who used leverage those APIs. So they provide for customers the performance, the scalability, the ease of management. So we're fully leveraging these APIs. But coming back to your question about zero trust. So what is zero trust? Zero trust is a new concept, which has been adopted in the industry, widely in the industry, and by US and other government agencies as the new standard, new paradigm, new framework for IT security. The previous framework, which is basically perimeter network, doesn't work because of the cloud, the distributed data, mobile workforce, and so on. The previous paradigm doesn't work, so there is a new paradigm, and the principles are pretty simple. You have to assume that there is a breach in your perimeter. To protect your network, you have to segment data into smaller segments and protect each segment with least privilege and really controlling access to small segments. So this framework, Zero Trust framework, as I mentioned, is widely adopted and kind of a new IT security standard. But because IT security people, they kind of exist in their own silos, from infrastructure people, from IT infrastructure and backup and storage people, this concept hasn't been applied to backup or storage infrastructure to full extent. So we've been working together with Veeam and the company called Numberline Security, who are zero trust experts, to develop a new concept called zero trust data resiliency, which basically means expanding those zero trust principles to backup infrastructure.
That really makes sense there. So, and we also saw, my teammate Anthony and I were out at RSA, the security conference this year, and Veeam was prominent there. And I think that really drives home the idea that, data protection, data management, and data security are really kind of coming together.
That's right.
So here we are,
exactly
sort of
right.
a new day, and we answer that directly.
Yeah, we need to break those silos and integrate the IT security people with the storage and data backup, data management people, to have the single strategy, single framework. And that's what Veeam and Numberline Security are proposing with this framework, which they call Zero Trust Data Resiliency. And Object First fully embraces that.
Yes.
So that methodology or that framework, and the main principles of that framework is separation, segmentation into smaller segments, or separation between backup software and backup storage.
Right.
Second principle is multiple data resiliency domains, so that if there is a breach in one security domain or data security domain, then other security domains, they still survive.
Yes.
And finally, storage immutability, right? So those three principles, separation or segmentation between backup software and backup storage, multiple data resiliency zones, or 3-2-1 backup rule, that Veeam has been promoting for many years. And finally, the immutable storage. So that's what it's, again, simple component, a simple framework that Veeam and Numberline Security are proposing to the industry. And we are fully embracing that methodology.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. And we're here at VeeamON this year, really kind of getting that word out and making sure that people understand that is really no more of a nice to have. You really have to have not only immutability, but the segmentation of those backup permissions. This is VeeamON's 10th year. And, I was lucky enough to represent VeeamON of the Veeam engineering side in 2014. One of my favorite memories was the initial user group that I got to MC in 2014. I think we had over a couple of hundred people show up, talk about their experiences and their love for Veeam. We look at the community today and it is huge. And so that was one of my proudest moments at VeeamONs in the past. You have any a proud or favorite VeeamON memories you'd like to share?
Every VeeamON for me was, in the past, was a celebration, and it continues to be, right?
Agreed.
So, but maybe my favorite, it's when the community comes together. I love meeting customers and talking to customers and our partners. That's fantastic. And of course, my favorite part is parties, right? So party, legendary Veeam parties.
Legendary.
Legendary Veeam parties. So that's my favorite. So, and Object First, continuing tradition, we'll host a party tonight
I can't wait.
The main party, Veeam's main party will be tomorrow, like on Wednesday, which is June 5th. Today is June 4th. So we Object First are having our party. So, but my favorite moment probably was Florida party, which was 5 years ago in Miami. So that was a great event.
One to remember.
Yes, once in a lifetime.
Once in a lifetime event.
Experience. Yes,
absolutely. Well, we definitely carry that same sort of energy here at Object First, and we cannot wait to do the same thing. I know I'm looking to forward to the party tonight, and maybe we can even get Matt to take some exclusive footage that we can share with you guys on future Zero Gravity shows as well. Before we wrap here, I have to ask, you've done this 3 times now. Windows NT tools, data management, now data security. What's next?
I think everybody is talking about this thing called AI.
Oh boy,
I remember
knew it was coming.
I remember 30 years ago, everybody was talking about this thing called internet, right? So, and we actually, our first business with my partner was the online internet store. So I remember that was 1995 or 96.
Wow.
So I think a lot of people are betting on AI, and Object First and Veeam together, they're at the right center of the epicenter of this AI revolution, because they help customers to leverage their data for AI experiments.
There really is no better way. You almost have to leverage the AI to even battle the threats that are coming today that are just nonstop.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And that is awesome. Ratmir, thank you so much for these insights. Guys, we're going to just wrap it up here right now. We're going to be back to you with some more great content from VeeamON this year. Thank you all for joining us. We can't wait to see you soon. And Ratmir, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Sterling.
Absolutely. Back to you, Matt.